Are you guys excited to see what we found in South America? Let's get on to the video. South America is a vast, mysterious continent, and 40% of it is covered by Amazon rainforest. A huge contrast of geography can be found in the Andes Mountains, where snow and ice have preserved human remains for hundreds of years. Archaeologists are still digging up cities from pre-Columbian civilizations, and there could be so much more on this continent that we haven't found yet. From golden treasures discovered in Colombia to fossils of the largest dinosaur ever to walk the earth, here are unbelievable discoveries in South America. But first, quick shout out goes over here to this commenter for leaving us this comment. We appreciate your insight and would like to hear more about our videos. Number 13. Frozen Mummy. She might look young, but looks can be deceiving. This 500-year-old frozen mummy was discovered in Argentina, and it seems to be an adolescent girl who researchers believed had tuberculosis. Researchers came across the discovery in 2012 at an altitude of 22,100 feet. Besides the mummy itself, another remarkable thing about this discovery is the preserved clothes that she was wearing. This also gives us a good idea about what hairstyles and fashion were like at that time. It's believed that the Incas would select a beautiful child from different villages, sedate them with herbal potions, and leave them in the Andes Mountains as a method of sacrifice. Number 12. Ancient hot chocolate. It looks like that last girl could have used some of this ancient hot chocolate. Americans consume over 2.8 billion pounds of chocolate each year, or about 11 pounds per person. Cocoa is derived from beans and primarily grows in countries which are close to the equator. Chocolate is one of everyone's favorite guilty treats, and it's been delicious since the moldable chocolate paste was created in 1847. But has it been enjoyed a lot earlier? Researchers closely analyzed pottery that was discovered in Santa Ana la Florida in Ecuador. It proved that chocolate has been enjoyed since 1900 BC. It would have also tasted a lot more bitter without all the sugar that we put in the chocolate in modern times. It was likely consumed primarily among the upper class of this prehistoric society. Cocoa was also the first cultivated crop in South America. Number 11. The Paracas skull. Throughout time, people have been known to elongate their skulls as a cultural tradition. They would bind their child's head between two pieces of wood or with cloth. First, you have to wonder why this was done, and maybe they were trying to resemble some kind of creature they made contact with. The idea of head binding seems rather foreign to begin with. Maybe the practice was introduced to them by aliens to have people look more like them? With theories aside, the Paracas skulls that were discovered in Peru seem quite baffling. They found quite a few strange skulls here that seem to suggest that they were actually born with that type of skull. They don't match other skulls with cranial deformation, and they don't have 3 plates in their skull like we do. They only have 2. It's also a 25% larger cranial capacity than normal skulls found at the time. The eye sockets and nose are also much larger. Mitochondrial DNA evidence would suggest that this skull found in South America is not 100% human either. Number 10. Titanosaur fossils. Imagine seeing a dinosaur that weighed as much as 14 African elephants. This creature was 130 feet long and weighed 170,000 pounds. It's believed that this was the largest species ever to roam the planet, bigger than the Stegosaurus, Argentinosaurus, or whatever saurus you can think of. Here in this photo, you see some of the fossils that were discovered in Argentina of the world's largest dinosaur that has been secured at a museum. These bones that were found are about 90 million years old. The gigantic fossils were uncovered by a farmer working in the Patagonian desert. Paleontologists came across 150 bones in total at this dig site in Argentina, and has yielded many important fossil discoveries in the past. Number 9. The Quimbaya airplanes. These golden artifacts from the Quimbaya civilization were found in Colombia and are believed to date back to 1000 BC. Many of these mysterious figures seem to represent what looks like aircraft, or what we consider to be airplanes in modern times. While many people are quick to dismiss these figures as being simply birds or bugs, the strange thing about them is that on larger scale models of them, they seem to be quite aerodynamic. German scientists built exact ratio controlled replicas of these and showed their flying capabilities. How did ancient Colombians understand in detail aerodynamics? Number 8. New ancient civilization. Due to deforestation in Brazil, new discoveries are happening like this one in the state of Acre. Archaeologists are comparing it to the pyramids of Egypt. The discoveries that were found here are of an unknown civilization who lived off the abundant resources in the Amazon. The dig site included numerous mounds and man-made hills that are over several hundred meters long. It's likely that there were a lot more people living in the Amazon anywhere from 1100 AD to 1400 AD. This photo here displays one of the many structures that archaeologists believe could have been built by an unknown civilization. They believe that there are over 2,000 hidden structures in the forests in this area, and they continue to explore the possibilities. Discoveries like this proves that there are many things we don't know about our past. It's also believed that there are still tribes in the Amazon that have yet to make contact with the outside world. Number 7. The new Nazca lines. The Nazca lines were spotted in 1939 when someone flew over them in an airplane. Otherwise, they may have never been discovered. Considering how delicate these lines are, it's possible a sandstorm might have covered up Nazca lines that we didn't know about before. Japanese researchers claim to have found recently way more than we expected, including these ones we see in this photo. New lines were also revealed, and researchers believe that they spotted the shapes of a llama or a camel and an unidentified bird that we see in this photo. The mystery of who created these lines and why has created much debate among historians. They're believed to date back to around 400 to 200 BC. These huge carvings of animals are designed as a World Heritage Site in order to protect them. Some claim that they were used as a part of a religious pilgrimage, but can only really be seen from the sky. Number 6. The Malagana Treasure. After most of the gold was plundered by the Spanish Conquistadors, very few original artifacts remain in this region of Colombia. A lot of the pieces that were found by farmers were unfortunately melted down and made into bullion. This ceremonial mask we see here is worth over $300,000 US in gold alone. It's believed that it was used as a funerary mask until the grave was robbed. The lucky farmer who found the mask in 1992 made the right move and told no one about its existence right away, but eventually he sold it to be preserved in a museum in Bogota, Colombia. Soon after word got out, the Malagana gold rush took place, which led to countless more graves being robbed. Many artifacts will be forever lost in this country and were prized for the material it was made from and not the historical value. Number 5. Chan Chan. The city of Chan Chan in the country of Peru was founded by the Chamorro Kingdom in 850 AD. It's the largest city of the pre-Columbian era in South America. The name Chan Chan translates into Sun Sun for its warm, sunny climate. It was eventually conquered by the Incas, and the city fell into decline in the 15th century AD. Known for its great riches, it was looted by the Spanish Conquistadors, and they managed to recover roughly $5 million worth of gold here. In modern times, the city was excavated in the 1960s, and eventually it was designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's under threat by various environmental factors, including heavy rains, flooding, and powerful winds. More in-depth excavations would also reveal this to be the site where the world's largest mass sacrifice took place, with more than 140 human skeletons discovered, and hundreds more from llamas. Number 4. Abandoned plane, Peru. Does anyone else out there wonder why there'd be a Russian Antonov A2 plane all the way in the Peruvian Amazon? Antonov AN2s were used for agricultural purposes, and it was mass-produced by the Soviets as a crop dusting plane. It was a reliable machine that could be made quickly. It got quite a few nicknames such as the Anuska or Annie, Type 22, and Colt. But this one in particular is known as the Ghost Plane. Russia at that time was hoping to gain some support with Peru in various trade deals. This one here looks quite remarkably preserved considering the moist climate of the Amazon. It actually wasn't discovered by humans first, but wild Amazonian animals who made it their home. There are videos out there that claim that this plane is actually haunted at night, but who knows? We imagine it gets pretty dark in the jungle late at night. Number 3. The Atacama humanoid creature. Ata is the nickname given for the 6-inch remains of a humanoid alien creature found in the desert of Chile. Also known as the driest place in the world, the desert is home to year-long droughts in addition to alien sightings. Seems like many UFOs prefer the vast and secluded areas of various deserts. What makes this creature unique from humans is that it has 10 ribs and the skull is extremely strange in shape. It was on display in Chile, but many people begin to wonder if it actually is from this world. With too many questions from the public, it was hidden away. Some believe it was a fetus born prematurely with extreme defects, but no specific genes for genetic disorders were uncovered. Number 2. Vegetarian creature discovered. A vegetarian dinosaur with unusually large canine teeth was found in the country of Brazil that existed 260 million years ago. It's known as the Tiara judens, and it's almost like a turtle with no shell and large teeth. Archaeologists originally thought that they had uncovered the fossil of a new fierce carnivore, but it turned out that this dinosaur preferred leaves over meat. Scientists were nicknaming it the saber-toothed tortoise, and it was the size of a large dog. The canines were about the size of crayons, and it even had teeth on the roof of its mouth. These most likely served for self-defense purposes and used for scaring off large predators. And number 1, the strangest animal ever discovered? Fossils of a mysterious creature were found in Argentina during the discovery of Charles Darwin that he eventually was baffled by. It's known as the Macrauchenia, and it's best to describe it as some type of camel with a short trunk, although it's not even closely related to them. It had a long neck and feet like a rhinoceros. It's believed that it could run at a rapid pace and change directions quickly when it needed to. The strangest feature was likely its face, which shares similarity to a tapir with the neck of a llama. It's almost like a prehistoric hybrid creature of epic proportions.